You want to tell me what you told me about pubs?
About?
Pubs?
Oh yes, pubs incidentally are almost always on the street corner because they're meant to serve the residents of both streets and bring them together. It's a meeting
Wow.
point at this like cornerstone of the community.
And Abdullah said, did you ever notice that pubs are always on corners? And I said, no. This first part of April passed in an absolute daze. I'm recording this on the 22nd now, and I can't believe how quickly the month has gone. Spring is undeniably here, and yeah, I feel like I've spent a lot of this month just trying to keep my head above water and kind of doggy paddling through the motions a bit. I decided to leave my job, which is always humbling after just a couple of months, and bittersweet as I'll really miss the girls there. But when you know when you know something's not right, you know it's not right. I saw a friend from drama school perform in Electra on the West End. And life is good, of course. These clips are a reminder of how much fun and beauty there's been, and we are always where we need to be. But I've also been feeling like I need to make some changes in order to live in a more sustainable, aligned, and also just a braver and new way. And as I'm saying that out loud, I don't even fully know what that tangibly means yet. But I know I don't want it to be just words, and I know that we do only live once and no one's getting out of this life alive, and there are so many different succulent figs that we can pick from our metaphorical fig tree of life. It is 5:51 and I'm on the Northern Line, and I'm nearly at work for my last day of work. That last shift went by so fast, and after exchanging cards and goodbyes, on the way home I checked out my 12th, which was my New Year's resolution, my 12th exhibition of the year at the Whitechapel Gallery before coming home to hang out.
With credibility.
Hi! Easter looked like a trip to Sadler's Wells with a new friend. Finally running my 5k at Brockwell Park Run after finishing Couch to 5k, and a trip to the BFI to see 4 mothers. Easter Monday, after waking up feeling actually finally plugged back into the wall and recharged, I went with a friend to see the Leigh Bowery exhibition at the Tate, and it was one of those exhibitions that makes you feel like art is the most important thing in the world, that makes you feel so excited. It was just so vital and vibrant and brave, and there's a lot we can take from it. Around that time when I recorded all that, many people, well, Marty and some friends told me that getting out of London for a bit would be very good medicine, and I knew it too, and yet it took a couple of tries, it took some time crashing out a bit at home and being in this anxious funk before I could get myself on that EasyJet plane, landing at 9 p.m, going straight to the bar, and then straight out dancing in Copenhagen city for a bit. Next morning I headed over to Sweden. In 20 minutes I was in Malmö with Miss Lisa Lila Lalita. She's a wonderful yoga teacher, and after taking one of her classes, finally we got to just hang out and spend the evening catching up in her beautiful apartment. How has your April been so far?
It's been a really long month.
Yeah.
I feel it's been raining realizations that haven't come into place yet, how it's gonna play out in life. And it's been about keep on going, and also snubbling many times and falling down, and then keep on going a little bit more without knowing why I keep on going. But also it's been learning me a lot that many things doesn't really matter.
Beautiful.
It's okay to just let it be what it is, and to land in the knowing again that the higher decisions is already made. Falling in love a little bit again with certain things in my life that's already here.
Yeah.
So to see what is, to see what we have and enjoying it while it's here, because soon it's gonna change again.
La luz de la esperanza ilumina mi interior. Oh, mi reina de las plantas, ilumina mi interior. Oh, mi reina de las plantas, ilumina.
We met first in Costa Rica and then India, and so it was such a treat to get to see her home, to see the park where she played as a child, where her son played as a child, to get to meet her mother, to have a coffee and a cinnamon bun and browse the outdoor secondhand shopping in the sun. I'm so grateful for this day with her. Back in Copenhagen, I headed to the Contemporary Centre to see this exhibition, an exhibition that made me feel like a little kid, that opened all these creative doors. I discovered an amazing new artist that inspires me so much. I then explored the other exhibitions. There's kids exhibitions, and then headed out to see some more of Copenhagen. This, of course, included sunset at the Freetown Christiana, checking out the Nyhavn waterfront and the statue of the Little Mermaid, pottering around trendy Nørrebro, I think is how you say it. I don't know how you say it. With its vintage shops and falafel wraps, and seeing the King's Gardens. The next day I took a train up to North Wales to meet my family who were already there. We spent the last couple days of April and the first couple of May here, and the time among the sheep and the green was so necessary to integrate what was just a bit of a strange month. Strange or weird. Maybe that's my word for the month. Katja, if you could describe your April in a word, what would it be?
Probably long.
Long, that's fair. But she was also a sleeper hit, Miss April, and definitely in the last couple of days and the first few days of May, there was this palpable feeling of ideas and answers crystallizing, and the sun ushering in literally a new season, saying, hello, come on, let's go. We have a story about your dad's being a little bit of an eco-conservator.
Yeah, he was charged with designing the new signal box for the railway, and
Because Grandpa worked on the railway.
And where he put it, the bats suddenly decided this was a great place to roost in the roof void.
Yeah.
And then when they replaced the signal box, legally they had to make sure the bats were looked after. And so the new signal box has a bat entry for the bats to roost in the roof void.
And it's one of the biggest.
So my dad was responsible for possibly the biggest bat box in Wales, inadvertently.
More importantly.
Which I'm sure he would be very proud of.
Yeah.
He never found out.
He never found out. Did you help making that signal
I
box?
helped making that one.
Ah,
Yes,
nice.
I banged in a few nails.
When you were like 9?
I was about 9.
Wow.